Good morning. Let us begin the third Mundaka we will study today. But let us begin with the Shanti Pata. Om Bhadram Karnevi Srinuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Maksha Bhiryayatra Sthirai Angai Dushtuvagam Shastanuvi Bashima Devahitam Yadayuhu Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. May we, O gods, hear with our ears what is auspicious. May we, O God, see with our eyes what is good. May we, strong in limbs and body, sing your praise and spend the life allotted by Prajapati for the service to God. That is the prayer, and this is possible only when we realize the Brahman, the ultimate truth. Or otherwise, all other knowledges is futile. So that is exactly what this Mundaka Upanishad is teaching. When the question was asked, and then the Rishi replied that there are two types of knowledges, para cha eva apara. And so very clear. The apara vidya, then he is listing, that is the uniqueness. Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda, Shiksha, Kalpo, Bhakarana, Chandam, Niruktam, Jyotishamiti, all that comes under. That means all this worldly knowledge, that is all comes under Apara Vidya. What is this Apara Vidya? That Vidya by which we know about these worldly things. Means all sciences. But even then that is limited. That is the reason. As because all that is limited, temporary, that is the reason it is not the higher knowledge. What is the higher knowledge? Yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. Yaya, by which, that knowledge by which we can understand the akshara. Akshara means without any degradation, without any changes, continuation of one knowledge. That is one. This is a great knowledge, but very difficult. Now, just they said that there is a para and apara. Naturally, our mind goes to the paravidya. So we must know that. But how? Then the Rishi is teaching. In the next Mundakas, he is teaching through the yoga. In a very unique way, he says that you have to target the Brahman, the absolute, the all-pervading, the all-powerful, the all-knowing. That is the target. And then we have to start. How? Pranava Dhanu, Sharo Atma. And our Atma, our soul, is the arrow. And that Pranava, the Omkara, that is the bow. We have to place it. Brahma Tallakshamuchyate, and Brahman is that target, the goal. We have to hit over there. Pranava Dhanu Sharo Atma Brahma Tallakshamuchyate. So that is the yoga he taught. That means we have to withdraw all our sense organs from the sense objects And then we have to concentrate on the supreme consciousness which is known by prana, which is known by Brahman, Hiranyagarbha and Braja. All these different types of names have been given. Braja is much lower, Hiranyagarbha is lower, and Brahman is the supreme. Why lower? Because creation is coming from Hiranyagarbha, from the prana. Again, they are associated very much with that supreme Brahman which never changes. So all those things we have already discussed. And the students of Vedanta must know these subtle differences. And so many names have been used to describe this. Different rishis at different times they use the name in that way, but if we understand that, it is so easy. One, that never changes. Another, that consciousness reflected on that, becoming the Ishvara and creating. Creation is also from there. We belong to that. Our goal should be go back to the original, and that is Brahman. How we will go? Now in the third Mundaka, he is teaching us that we have to develop some qualities, like truthfulness, satyam. That is the main teaching of the Upanishad, particularly Mundaka Upanishad. We will come to that. But before that, he is giving a story as an example, allegory. What is that? Two birds. They are very close to each other, from the same plumage. So very close, known to each other. And they are sitting on the same tree. But there is a difference. One is going on testing the fruits of the tree, and naturally sometimes some fruits are very tasty and enjoying, and sometimes bitter, is suffering. I went to Detroit this time. On way, I stopped at Ann Arbor, talked to the students over there. Then I went to the Detroit. There, two groups are slowly coming up. One, mainly from the Bangladeshis, but very devoted. They have purchased a building now. Slowly they will start a temple over there. Another group, the Indians, they study, the Vedanta study circle they have formed is going on. Lastly, there's another group of people who have constructed one Kali temple. I spoke on Goddess Kali, the mother. And after the talk, one lady came and she told, Swamiji, I am suffering, terrible suffering. Can you please help me? Can you touch my head so that I can be free from that suffering? I was really feeling that if I had that power only. Because sometimes Akhandanandaji Maharaj, he used to pray to God, give me that power so that I can enter into the heart of those people who are suffering, and I take all those sufferings on me and I give all the blessings to them. That is the spiritual life. There is a unique way of understanding things. Why? Because this body is temporary. So obviously, if by offering this temporary body, I can give the pleasure, I'm taking, they are all miseries. So misery, why? Why this pain? Most of the people are suffering in so many different ways. You will never find any person who is not having some problem, each and everyone. That is because we are associated with this body, though we belong to the upper bird. So that is the story, and in a nice way, they will be asking, the rishi will be telling, why don't you go to the, and behave like the upper bird. There are two birds in the same tree, and both the birds are of the same plumage, of the same family, same, not like one is small, one is big, so one is full, one is not like that. So they say it is exactly the same. Dva suparna sayuja sakaya samanam briksham parishashva jate tayo anya pippalam swadatti anashnan abhichaka sheti. he is going on testing one, and this type of samane brikshe purusho nimagna anishaya shochati muihamanaha justam yada pashyati anya isham asya mahimanamiti bita shokoho. One is the Isha, one is the Ishvara, another is the Jiva. So that they are explaining in a beautiful way. So this is but both of them are very, very same. Two birds, they are ever associated and known by the same name. Why? Consciousness. The God is also conscious, I am also, the Jivas are also conscious. So they are same name. Closely cling to the same tree. They are on the same tree. One of them eats the sweet fruit and the other looks on without eating. It is not going to take the experience of good and bad. That is the idea. Now, literal meaning of the suparna in the Sanskrit means good wings. That means birds they are referring. The two birds. One refer to the Jivatma, another to Paramatma, the Supreme Self. Pure consciousness, conditioned by the body and mind on account of its association with the ignorance, is Jivatma. And this is very interesting. Ishvara and the Jiva, we. Oh God, all the time we say. But actually, we are not different from the God. Why? The same consciousness. Only problem is we are associated with ignorance. What is that ignorance? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, ahamkara, ego, I. The moment I am associated with that I consciousness, though I am not very much clear, what is this I actually I mean? I am. The moment I say, put my finger on my body, do I mean this body? Do I mean this mind? Or my association with a family or some society? What actually I am? We are not very clear, but we are going on telling. Even the small kid will say, my papa, my mommy, it is mine. And that is yours. But we learn it. And that is called ignorance. So deep-rooted. And that is the difference. What this great soul they do? They remove those ignorances. The moment we can remove that, oh, they're same. So that they are teaching that always united, ever united, the Jivatma is the reflection of the Paramatma in the Buddhi. This is all Vedantic way of explanation, Shankaracharya. Now, we always say, particularly the Western philosophy, they talk about the mind is the consciousness. The Western philosophy say the mind is conscious because we all feel everything in the mind. Mind is subtle and it is conscious. But no, Eastern philosophy goes one step ahead and it says, no, the mind, whom you call buddhi, we call buddhi, the Sanskrit called buddhi, the determinative faculty, intelligence, is the reflection of something else, and that is Paramatma. As always the children, they make the mistake before they learn that the moonlight is not actually or originally from the moon. It is the reflected light of the sun. I always say, everywhere, every time, the poets will go on writing, praising about the moon. Oh, the moon is so good, etc., etc. They never talk about the sun. But the moonlight is the reflection of the sun. That is Atman. We talk about that man is so intelligent. His buddhi, his intellect is so sharp. We never talk about the reflection that is coming on that. That is Atman. And here the Rishi, he is explaining that consciousness which is reflected on the buddhi, on the intellect, as the upper part. The two words, the upper part, it is that they are conditioned. And the pure consciousness, the Lord Himself, who is eternally pure, free, illumined, the master and controller of the avidya. And so we are associated. How I am associated? Because someone is controlling me. Who is controlling? The God. And that is the reason I am associated with the God. At the same time, I am having the same consciousness. Now, if you go to the jail, there are some people are there who are there behind because of the law. They are bound to be there. Or the jailer is also there. Both are human beings. But jailer is controlling these people, and so they are associated. All these people that you see, prisoners, are my prisoners, the jailer will say. That way the jailer and those residing in the jail are associated. Both are same. Both are having the same qualities. Only jailer is free to come out anytime he likes, or enter anytime he likes. But the prisoners cannot. They have to wait. So that is the same thing happened to us. We are God ourselves. Some people will cover their ears. Oh, that is blasphemy. Talking against God. Why? God is so big. God is all pervading. God is supreme. And we are all sinners. What sin we have done? Only eating the different type of fruits, sometimes sweet, sometimes sour. That is the mistakes that you are doing. Why you are doing? Because of the ignorance. Now a baby, a small child, he doesn't know what is what. He will go and everything for the baby is only the taste. He doesn't understand anything else. Anything that they will be touched, they will immediately taste it. They understand everything through taste. So the baby is tasting these and that, and sometimes it is bitter, sometimes it is very hot, sometimes it is sweet, it's going on. But the mother, all the time watching the baby, helping the baby sometimes, don't do that, it will be bitter. You like to know it? Okay, a little thing, because she knows how it is going to react. That is the Ishvara, that is the God, that is associated with me, and that God has created me, and God has given both the knowledges, aparavidya and paravidya, higher knowledge, lower knowledge. And this through lower knowledge, we are slowly going towards the higher knowledge. This paravidya, this higher knowledge, we are going. These two bards are the same because the same Atman, because the same soul, it is there in me and also in the God. Same consciousness. So that is the reason. Suppose you go to the generator, is producing the huge current, electricity, and the same electricity is going to thousands and thousands of the bulbs, and it is showing like this. And some bulbs are very timid and very little light, some are very bright, but the same current is coming. Now, these all birds, different names, different forms, different capacities are connected with the same generator, same electricity. Are they not connected? They are. Similarly, we, the Jivatmas, are also same way connected with the Paramatma. Vedanta always teaches like that. And in the third chapter, they call Mundaka, in the second verse, it says, seated on the same tree, the Jiva moans, bewildered by his importance, Dina Bhava. I am humble, I don't have anything, I can't do anything. That is called, I am a sinner, I am going to suffer. So they always think in that way, but when he beholds the other, the Lord, the Isha, and worshipped by all, in the Sanskrit word justam, Jushta means worshipped by all. Whom? The God. And his glory, he then becomes free from grief. That anyam is free from the grief. The anishaya means importance, and he becomes humble. Oh, I can't do this. It is not possible. We are sinners. We must be humble. They think in that way. So what is religion? Swami Vivekananda said self-confidence. Not ego, self-confidence. What is the self-confidence? One day I too can become just like Jesus, or like Buddha, or like Chaitanya or Sri Ramakrishna. I will become. Why not? I am having the same qualities, same potentialities. Only thing I have to manifest. How to manifest? That I will follow them. When I am followed them, naturally, the same thing when I am practicing, by which they reach to that level, I will also reach that way. When we are climbing, then sometimes in the hilltop, there are some holy places. The people, they go. And those who reached over there and coming down from there, after worshipping God over there, they tell the other people, oh, go over there. Oh, it's so good. Beautiful place. And everything is arranged over there. Only you have to go on climbing. How many steps are left? Maybe 10,000. No problem. You just continue. You have already crossed 30,000, 40,000 steps. Now only 10,000. No problem. Just go on. Swamiji is telling, when you are tired of doing good or trying to realize God, practicing spirituality, still not getting that same peace or reaching to the ultimate, sometimes we become frustrated. Am I on the right track? Look back and you see how many steps you have already crossed. That is the strength. If I can do that, I can climb over there too. When we went to that China, we were climbing that great China wall. We read about the China wall right from our school days, and the China wall was there, and we started climbing, and then we understood, my God, those people who used to guard those things, they were so strong. I don't know why they made all the steps so high. You have to almost climb every step. You have to go. And slowly, halfway, then we turned, oh my God, so much we have crossed. Even then, the top is so far. But people are going. I saw a lady, young girl. She is coming down slowly. Every step she is sitting and then crossing. Because she somehow broke that one leg, she was using that way, sitting and then next step coming down. I got encouraged, oh, if they can, I can also do. If that lady, that young girl could do with all that difficulties, I also can do. So we started climbing again, reached on the top. So that is the way it says, when I see someone sitting over there, very successful, and from there perhaps they are beckoning, come, it is nothing. So Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, and the great souls, after reaching over there, they say it is possible. I am the path, I am the way, follow me. Jesus said, I and my God in heaven are one, only follow me. What did I do? I tell the truth. I never harm anyone. I love everyone. Follow those. That will take you onto that height. That is the teaching. In the Upanishads also we find, in a wonderful way it says, in a state of helplessness, the jiva cries, I am completely powerless. I am good for nothing. The most of the time, even the students, they will say, I am good for nothing. All are getting good marks, but I don't get. They're losing the confidence. The Swamiji said, Swami Vivekananda developed that power. I can also do that. Why not? That time India was ruling by the Britishers. Only a handful of Britishers. A huge India. So vast population. So varieties of culture and knowledge. But only thing they were lacking, self-confidence. We can do it. And Swamiji pointed out this weakness. He said, how those people, though very less in number, are ruling you. And how it is that you are ruled by them. This difference. The Britishers say, we can do it. And you say, will I be? Do you think I will be able to do it? How do I know? You have to understand that. So that is the way, confidence, self-confidence. And when the self-confidence comes, you see the tremendous power is coming up. That is what Swami Vivekananda said, the old religion said, he is an atheist who do not believe in God, in heaven. But the new religion says, he is an atheist who is not having confidence in himself. He must have to, but not ego. Again and again, the Upanishad is teaching anishaya. The humbleness comes from ignorance. I won't be able to do. I will. If he has done in one life, I will do in 3 lives, no problem. So that is the confidence. I am going to achieve that. Upanishad says, the Lord, though dwelling in the body, the Lord is not conditioned by it. He is unaffected by samsara, that is hunger, thirst, grief, suffering, old age, death. Nothing is affecting this particular soul beyond all these. And that is called the Ishvara. Now, we are slowly proceeding to that higher knowledge. What is that higher knowledge? Again and again we have to recapitulate, we have to remember. Only we are going to get the knowledge, develop the knowledge, and that knowledge will help us and nothing else. What is that? It says, when the seer beholds the self-luminous Creator, the Lord, the Purusha, the progenitor of Brahma, then he, the wise seer, shakes up the good and evil, becomes stainless, and reaches the supreme unity. So once you realize that God the Supreme, all bonds are cut off, all doubts are vanished. Tasmin drishte para abare. How you will know that you have realized God? By developing some power to know this thing, or travel here and there, or seeing different lights. That is nothing. What happens? All doubts are vanished. That is the Upanishad, the Katha Upanishad. We have already read that Katha Upanishad. It says that all doubts are cut asunder. Everything goes away. And you are completely confident that I can do it. So that is over here it says, the self-luminous, or the word mean Rukma Barnam. Rukma Barnam means the golden hue. Why the golden hue? Because bright. Again and again we get this example because it is so difficult to mention about the God, and the Upanishad, it says, it's just like the golden hue. You take away that golden hue, the covering your face. In one Upanishad it says, that then I want to see you face to face. So that is the golden hue, something very bright, very illumined and wonderful. And all the people, whoever reached over there, explaining in this way, what is the God? Full of light. So here also it says, the Vidwan, the wise seer. In Sanskrit it says Vidwan, the wise seers. Why wise? Because he knows this whole world that we see, the whole universe, with multifarious names and forms. I am telling it again and again, so that it goes deep down into our mind that whatever we see are all temporary. So obviously, only thing which is permanent is this, the self, and that is luminous, and that is the all-pervading spirit, Purusha. We always use the word Purusha. In Sanskrit, literal meaning, Purusha means male. No, it is wrong. Purusha means that which dwells within the soul, within the heart. That is the self. That is called Pura Sthita Iti Purusha. So this Purusha, now a person who is not having any kingdom, can you call him the king? How can it be? A fire which cannot burn, it looks like fire, but having no capacity to burn, can you call it the fire? It cannot. So that is the reason when the self is there within us, that is Purusha, when it is there, the self is there, we are awake, we are conscious, we are working, we are thinking. The same body will be there when you die. And what will happen? Some other people will come and carry and bury us somewhere. Or they will burn us. So why? If this body is so important, then why we do like that? But unfortunately, as long as we are living, we forget that. We always give the importance to the body, and just to give the comfort to the body, we do so many wrong things, telling lies and cheating people, grabbing others' property. All these things we go on doing, that is called committing sin, wrong thing, and going on getting that bondages. And day will come when we die, everything will lie down, everything will be left over here, nothing can be taken. Again, I remember that our visit to China, there was a very good king was there, very powerful. He unified the big chunk, big area of China. So they always remember him. When he was dying, he thought that I am going to die. Then he thought, what will happen when I go to heaven? As because I am habituated with so many people helping me, the maid servants and the other servants and the soldiers protecting me. So all those things, he killed these thousands of people. Of course, now they say he didn't kill, he only made their replicas, and after his death they were also gone. But another people, they say he killed so many ladies, he killed that they will go along with him, and killed the soldiers and the officers, each and every one, so that when he is departing, they will also go. Can they? No. That is called ignorance. Though he was a powerful king, though he was covering the whole area, people were afraid of him. They are bowing down so low at his feet, and he was thinking, I am the power. But in reality, he is ignorant about all this. So that is the spirituality, means giving the knowledge of the truth. Now whether you will follow it or not, that is up to you. If you don't follow, what will happen? Like that king, you will be lying down somewhere, your body, and thinking that all these other people are also there, and then afterwards visitors will go, purchase the ticket to see those things as a museum, and they will ponder, oh my God, that king was so full and so cruel, that as because I am dying, I will also kill so many people who were serving me so faithfully all these days. That is the knower of Brahman is described now. How we will know a person who has known the Brahman? Then he says, he indeed is prana. He shines forth variously in all beings. Sarva bhutaihi vibhati. A knower of Brahman will know very clearly that all that being that we see is nothing but the manifestation of the same consciousness, the same God. When the Jesus said, love thy neighbor as thyself, just emotion? Oh no, don't fight, develop your friendship, Sometimes the parents also say the children, don't fight, he's your brother, she is your sister, don't fight like that. It's all emotional. But why should I not? Who will give the answer? This is the answer. That's because the soul, the God is in every being. That is the greatness of the religion that teaches that God is in every being. And here it says, it is shining everywhere. Prana hi esha ya sarva bhutaihi vibhati. In Sanskrit they say, prana hi esha. Here they are addressing that God as the prana. Why? Because we can understand the prana, the breathing. Without the breathing, without that, we will not survive. Immediately we can understand, oh, this is this, so important. If we can't do that, then it is dead terrible. So that is called prana hi eshaya sarva bhutaihi vibhati, and bijanan vidwan bhavate nati badi. And this is also a very important word that he has been used, na oti badi. He never goes beyond. He never says, I only know God and nobody else. He never says like that. He becomes humble. Why? He sees the same God in every being. Swami Vivekananda introduced that you should go and serve the poor people, the downtrodden, the illiterate. But how to serve? Hey, poor man, take this money. If you go throw the money like that, that is not the service. The giver should kneel down. Why? The God is there in that form and you are helping him. So one point of view is social emotion. Oh, they are poor, we should go and stand by their side. Another, the same thing, we are standing by their side with spiritual insight. I am doing it because they are also God. The God in the form of people who are suffering. I will go and serve them. Not that whether they will raise their hand and bless, or they will praise me, or the pictures will be published in the newspaper, or waiting or publishing all my things so that I will get a recognition from the society. No. That is called real service. So this, it says, he is a Brahma Jnani, the knower of Brahman, in whom there is no differences. And the Brahman is described as the prana. And because, that is to say, the life that animates the vital forces in the body. The Brahman is the prana. Why? We can understand that. Though we cannot see it, we can feel it. Because that vital prana, without that you won't be surviving. That is why this is the Brahman. And never babble. He never oti, crossing. How? He says, the man who sees many things talks a great deal of way by describing them. He wants to excel others in conversation. But he who sees Brahman within and without speaks of Brahman alone, his speech is restrained. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is describing the people will be talking about God so much. It's just like an empty vessel. If you put in the water, there will be a lot of sound because the air is coming out and the water is going in, filling, so it creates the sound. But when the water is full, there is no air, there is no sound. You take the pitcher out of the water, no sound, it's completely full. Just like that, one who has realized Brahman, you are giving the hints so that we can understand, he is completely full with that joy, that Brahma Jnana, that knowledge. Each and everything is nothing but that God. Now, as an example, suppose I saw in the airport, I was sitting over there, a gentleman. He was having a very big family, maybe friends and all relatives. They were going to visit some place. Children were there, small kids, babies, the the young ladies and the elderly people, all big family. And this man, everybody was taking care of him. Must be the family hate, something like that. He was enjoying when the babies are walking or crawling and then making some the pranks. He was enjoying those things. Why? Those are my children, my family. So when they were distributing something to eat, they were giving to each and everyone, only distributing among themselves. And the gentleman who was looking like this and that, he was seeing that everybody has got, and he was satisfied. I was observing. And I was thinking, a Brahmagyani, a knower of Brahman, will be feeling the same happiness, because that is all that I see is my family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole Vasudha, the whole universe is my family, my relatives, my friends, my known people. Anyone, anywhere enjoying, I am happy. Anyone, anywhere suffering, I am suffering. So I have to go forward to help them. That is the ultimate of religion, ultimate of the knowledge. And that's why it's called Paravidya, because they see only one. It's not from sociological or the political or economical point of view. It's completely from the spiritual feeling. All are nothing but my reflections, the God's reflections. There are two ways we can look at it. One, those who are devotees, they look at the things as the manifestation of the God. So they like that manifestation. My God has come in that form. So they are very happy. And the Vedantin, they look at that as an Atman, the same Atman over there. And this they refer. Now, helping us, the Rishi is helping us how to develop this knowledge. Now, there is a knowledge, it's okay, but I have to practice it. How to practice? Just by thinking, everything is God, everything is God. No, you cannot reach in that way. You have to go slowly. Because sometimes they give the example that Arundhati Nyaya. Nyaya means what's called the fallacy and the philosophy. So Arundhati, what is that Arundhati? The star. There is a very famous star named Arundhati. Now the father was teaching the son how to read the star, and he was showing, standing on the rooftop, can you see the Arundhati over there, the bright star? The son, young boy, he was, no, I can't. What is that? Here is also bright, that is also bright. Then the father showed him long distance, there's a river. Can you see the river, the water? Oh yes, I can. Exactly on the bank of the river there is a tree. Yes, I can see that. Now from the top of the tree, make a straight line on the sky, go up and see, there's a star. Yes. Now the right hand corner of that particular star, this big star, bright star, which is Arundhati, that I want you to see. And the son saw that, and he was so happy. Now I can see. And next time he is not going here and there, straight he is looking at to that particular star. It's called Arundhati Nyaya. Similarly, when they talk about the Brahman, how to reach to Brahman? Directly you cannot. So there, what is the teaching? In the third Mundaka, fifth sloka, they goes on, Satyena labhya stapasha hi esha atma. By practicing truth, following the truth, constantly living in that truth. And that is the tapasya. Tapasa, hi esha atma. Verily, he means verily. Esha, this, atma, that consciousness. Practice truth, and you will reach over there. Samyak jnanena brahmacharyena nityam anta sharire jyotirmaya hishubhro. Yam pashyati yataya shina doshaha. Then if you can see that, this all Sanskrit in a beautiful way, they say, the moment you will see that, all your weaknesses will go vanish. And then you can see, keeping your hand on your chest, Aham Brahmasmi, I am God myself. Because all that knowledge, all that power, all that supremacy, everything will be within you. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati, they say. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. You are studying medicine. And a very humble student, running after the teacher, professors, sir, can you please explain this? It's so hard. The professor sometimes giving time and sometimes say, you go and read those books, refer something. You're going on, trying, and then going to the friends, taking notes, it goes on and on. One day you become, all that knowledge is within you, you are a doctor yourself. And it will be so famous. And all other doctors will refer. Any problem? Go to him. And he knows he's the best. All these references are there. But in this country I came to know the only reference on do. You should be in the loop of that insurance company, otherwise. So that is another problem. Of course, in India, no problem. You just go and see that the doctor's board, you enter and pay him, and that will be all right. But unless and until you are having that health insurance, and different type of insurances are there. They said that one person, he was having the toothache, he ran, it was midnight, he knocked the doctor and said, can you please help me, I am having so much of pain. The which side? He said, the right side. No, I am specialist in left, please go to the right. And where it is, 1 mile away, not much. Then he ran over there. He said, okay, I am right. But which, the lower or upper? Lower. No, I am the doctor of the upper. So go to the lower one. Then ultimately he said, I don't need, because I am so much of pain running here and there. I am ready to bear the toothache. That is all right for me. So it goes on, very modern society, it goes like that. But when we go to a person and asking for God, sir, can you please explain God? Here the Upanishad immediately say, practice truth, you will realize God. You need not to bother about visiting here and there. You have to realize. So what is that? Satyena tapasa isha atma. And then say samyak jnanena. Then tapasa brahmacharyena nityam. Within your soul you will realize, you will reveal that truth. Then if someone comes and the philosopher, a big man say, no, there is nothing, no, nothing. Anything like God is not existing. You will say, okay, thank you. Be with that. But I am happy with my God. Because the conviction will be there. Vidyate hridaya granthi chiddanti sarva samsayaha tasmin dushti para avare. And that is called Brahma Jnani. You have to go on practicing the truth. Swami Vivekananda, that's why he said, everything can be sacrificed for the truth. But truth cannot be sacrificed for anything. We have seen that in the life of the father of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the Khudiram Chattopadhyay. He was a humble Brahmin, a priest. He was having a little, in his family, some the land and little property and all those things. And the landlord came and said, people accept you as a man of truth. You never tell lies. Only in your whole life tell one untruth, false, for me. That will help me to be successful in my litigation. He said no. He drove him out from there, leaving all that property, that aged man with his wife and children. He came out. Can you think of the courage at that age, without anything, because he never allowed to take anything from there. No money, no help, because that man, he was the ruler, he was behind giving the punishment. No one dared to come and help him. But he never cared. Neither his wife also, Chandramani Devi. And they, because of that, holding the truth, they got God as their son. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna became their son. So that is called, you have to. Now, there's a beautiful sloka, I think almost all of you know. And you have seen it again and again. That is Satyame Vajayate Nanritam. Where it is written? I am reading. I will show you. See? Say, Satyameva Jayate Nandratam. So only they have mentioned Satyameva Jayate. All Indian passport is having this mark, Satyam Eva Jayate. But unfortunately, under that, all untruth they are practicing. Why? Because they don't know. If they practice truth, they will get everything. Name, fame, prosperity, everything will come if you stick to the truth. There were thousands of villagers like that Khudiram Chattopadhyay, right? At that time, so many villagers were there. How many we are remembering? Nothing, no one. But Khudiram Chattopadhyay is remembered and revered every time by millions of people. The more the days are going on, the more the people are joining to pay respect to this wonderful man, a humble priest, because he was stick to the truth. And he got the God as his son. Satyameva Jayate. Truth that triumphs. And that they are teaching. Truth alone prevails, not falsehood. If you see the movies, always the hero is winning. Though after a lot of problems, but the hero is always winning, not the villain. If the villain is successful in the movie, I don't know how many people will go to see that. Of course, all the villains will go, but people won't appreciate that. All these troubles that they are creating by the villains, that we are enjoying, but at the same time, our support goes to that man who is fighting for the truth. For that is the honest person. It is already there in our subconscious mind. We always support the good thing. We never support the bad. But we do not know exactly what is good and what is bad. That is, ultimate truth is this. The special discipline for the knowledge of Brahman, it says, Brahman is not to be understood cannot be seen by the eye or by the speech, nor by the other senses, nor by the presence of good works also. If someone is doing penances and the good works, a man becomes pure through serenity of intellect. Thereupon in meditation he beholds him who is without parts. Only through controlling your all senses, meditation. Now then, this meditation, it is very popular in the name of yoga. The physical yoga mainly, it has become popular all over the world, just to keep the body fit. Again, that's good, nothing wrong. But inside the body, what is there? We are not very much careful about that. Our thoughts, our mind, behind the mind is there, pure consciousness. So Upanishad says, please try to know that. Let everyone who wants to get the prosperity in this world, they must worship the knower of the Brahman, the self. But if you want to understand the ultimate self, meditate, control your senses, withdraw your senses, put the whole mind to that particular goal, hit that with your own soul. That is the Brahman. That sign has been given, that is called Omkara. Pranava, Dhanu, and Sharo Atma. With that you have to hit that Brahman, which is all consciousness. But if you want the prosperity, you can, of course, go to the holy people and serve them, know from them you will get the benefit. And that is why you will find the people, they always go to different type of churches, temples, synagogues. Why? They like to get some benefit from this. And the lady, in my lecture I started with, I'm suffering, Swami. I have come all the way to meet you. Can you please help me? I told, I can pray for you. All they're coming, and the moment they will hear that somebody is there, if you go and pray, if you go and touch his feet, if you give some gift to him, you will be free from, and thousands of people will go. Why? This worldly prosperity. But for the development of the self-knowledge, that is nothing wrong, but that is the lower stage. Higher stage, I must know God myself within me, and I want to be free from the circle of birth and rebirth again and again. That is the teaching of the Upanishad. Now, we will complete this particular Upanishad, the great Upanishad, that all the Mundakas, all the rishis and the Swamis, they appreciate this Upanishad, because in every stage, every sloka, all the time giving the higher knowledge, higher knowledge, higher knowledge. So that way, Mundaka is so very special. In the next Sunday, we will complete the Mundaka, and then we will shift to another set of knowledge, explaining this knowledge, that is called philosophy. So we will keep other Upanishads for some other time, but next month then we will start understanding the philosophies, but only Indian philosophies. And in Indian philosophy there are 6 systems. We will go in details about that, the Indian philosophies. Now let us conclude with this mantra. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om